here's the formula. What I'd like you to do is just jot these down. Ask a question. The first question that you want to ask is, are you familiar with? Are you familiar with? Are you familiar with? And the next question is, have you ever? Have you ever? First one was, are you familiar with? Have you ever? Third question is, did you know? And then the fourth question is, imagine if. So let me give you an example. I go out and give an investor presentation behind a business that I started a few months back. The business is called Immersive Training. And I went out and I made a few investor calls. And when I sat down in front of these investors, they would say, Michael, what is it that you're here pitching? What are you proposing? And I said, I've started a new business called Immersive Training. And they said, what is it that you do? And this is the answer that I delivered. I said, Immersive is the third cloud-based, fully integrated training as a platform, service platform. Training as a service platform. And then guess what type of look that I got? I got one of these furrowed brow looks. Like, okay, what is this? What is this that you're talking about? Tell me more. I'm interested, Michael, but I need to know a little bit more about it. And I said, well, at Immersive, what we do is we help our clients sell more. Pretty straightforward, but still didn't explain what it is that we did. So the next thing I said was, well, we plug expert content into CRM. And I still got one of these, I don't get it, man. What is it that you're doing? What's the business? And then finally I says, you know what, we'll do for training what Google did for advertising. We'll make training more measurable. We'll make it more relevant. We'll make it so that it's a moneymaker. And we'll make it, again, very transparent. And I still got questionable looks. And again, a confused mind does what? Nothing, or moves on to the what? To the next deal. So what I decided to do then was, when I was in front of my investors, just ask this question. Well, how many of you are familiar with CRM? And all the investors said, absolutely. Are you guys familiar with CRM? Customer relationship management tools. Yes. And then I said, what CRM system do you use? Do you use Salesforce? I asked Richard Ton yesterday, and he said he uses NetSuite. Some people use Microsoft Dynamics. Some people use ACT. But I got to that point where it was a connected conversation by asking the question, are you familiar with? And then the next question I asked was, have you ever? I asked the question, have you ever used online training before? And the investor said, yes, absolutely. And then the next question was, did you know that while CRM is a $2.5 billion industry, $2.5 billion, only 16% of the companies that deploy CRM actually see an increase in their sales? And then I knew right there that I had hooked my investors. I knew at that point. Only 16% of the companies. And then the last thing I said was, imagine if you had a virtual coach, if you had an Alex Mandossian, a Brian Tracy, a Tony Robbins, integrated right into your desktop, where every time you turned on your calendar, your email, your desktop, that virtual coach would appear right there inside your CRM. Would that be valuable? And all the investors shook their head yes. Just by asking these questions. So the point that I want to get across is you never want to explain. You want to take the time to have a dialogue. Ask people specific questions.